Y'all, I was struggling to get this video uploaded, but I'm gonna do it anyways. So just, I know we just had Black History Month and definitely want to acknowledge Juneteenth. So depending on when you're watching this, happy Black History Month, happy Juneteenth. Yes, we celebrate Black history contribution, not just in February anyways. And we definitely, as Black people, should be celebrating Juneteenth more so than July 4th, because that's when we really were freed from slavery, even though it took 2.5 years after he signed the Emancipation Proclamation. We got a thing of fireworks that we're going to save that. We divided them up. We're going to save those for Independence Day and these for today. Half and half. Let's go. So happy Black History Month and happy Juneteenth, y'all. So yeah, I hadn't dropped anything on this channel in a while. So I just wanted to drop a video of the footage from last year when Sadé participated in the Ghost of Emmett Till art exhibit and the reception in acknowledgement of Emmett Till. So, rest in peace. Definitely important towards, Black history. Sadé was really good as a model. And so, I'm going to show you the footage from that and the reception, as well as some rabbit holes, just kind of touching on my art history, how I'm trying to get back into painting and getting my art area set up and all that. So it's some good pointers and tips in there for other people that are trying to do that, as well as some stuff for the culture, sprinkled in there. So, hope y'all enjoy it. And there are timestamps. I understand the video is long, so I always got timestamps. I have links and just, stuff associated with the video in the description box. So enjoy. Sadé is in the show. Sanaa. Today is February 16th, 2023. She is in the Ghost of Emmett Till show. Dapper Dan is iconic. Very iconic.
Oh, she's inside.
Yeah, Dapper Dan, when I say he's iconic, he is. You got to put some respect on his name, because he is pretty much the creator of street fashion. Where people are wearing high fashion clothes in the streets. I guess urban streetwear. You know what I mean? Us, the Black people. Not just on the runway and all of that stuff, wearing high fashion labels, walking around, or just your favorite celebs. Y'all see the iconic outfits? Y'all done seen it? Yeah, that he is the one that started that whole era for the culture. Even in some of the hip-hop songs, if you listen closely, they pay him homage, but it's kind of like one of those things, if you know, you know.
Only money make me move. Dapper Dan status, I'm the stunner part 2. I got an image to uphold, and my image do too.
I put this back then when I wouldn't even pose for pictures. Hey yo, you can ask Dapper Dan, who was the man back in '88. Every other week, trick 30 grand.
So yeah, Dapper Dan, like you say, he is responsible for bringing the luxury fashion house brands to the streets, to the culture, to the entertainment industry and all of that. He reworked those looks and made them more urban looking for us. And hey, you got to give credit where it's due. So if you didn't know, now you know. He started his shop, his boutique, in Harlem, and he taught himself textile printing, where it's like the repeated logo or emblem or whatever that usually fashion houses have, their signature to their brand. And pretty much they call themselves the king of knockoffs, but y'all see the signature stuff out. Y'all seen them clothes? That's Dapper Dan. Had something to do with that way back in the 80s. So Looking at it, they tried to recreate some of his designs because they used to try to shut his shop down because, of course, they don't want no bootleg version of their fashion stuff. But now you see they trying to put it on the runway. Now some of his original designs from way back in the 80s, even though it don't look as good as what he did. But yes, he is iconic. You got to put some respect on Dapper Dan's name. I'm going to see if I can find that documentary. It was something I saw a while back on YouTube that kind of put me more on his story. So I'll try to link that if I can find it. So yeah, my daughter goes to our Institute for Fashion and they have this display in the front. And so yeah, they're educating about, you know, some of the iconic designers. Now I could identify Dapper Dan, but I don't know these other two. And yeah, I may need to educate myself. Y'all can look it up, but for the sake of this video and staying on point of what we supposed to be talking about, we're gonna get back to it.
What's your name?
Patina.
Patina. My name's Jamari, but I know you by Hustle.
Okay, well, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. My daughter is in the picture.
I love the smile. That's right.
Uh-huh.
How are you?
Yeah, she's in. She goes here for fashion design.
Okay.
Uh-huh. Nice to meet you. So let's see where we going. So are these all images? Or these already been in here? Hold on, let me see. Nice. Lots of great images. Yeah, the painter's name is Willie Cordy Jr. of Cordy Studio, and he actually is an instructor there too. And y'all will see later on in the video that he was talking to me. I didn't know he was the painter at first. But he had on like a mask. Yeah, the camera was turned all upside down. Y'all will see who I'm talking to. But he is actually the artist, and he does a great job. Hey. So where is the It's out that way, and the music's that way. Okay, but the gallery part is this way. Okay, hold on, let me see. Not in her got a nice little setup.
Nah.
Very good. All the other kids that was in it. Thank you. This is so nice. We gonna see where Sadé is in there. I see they got images back here. Hello, this is the artist, the photographer. Yeah. Alright, we see you. Let's see, girl. Where you at? Let's show. Excited. Let's see. That's you. That's her? Yeah. Can I take a picture? Gotcha. Go and take a picture. I'm gonna take a picture. She wanna take a picture of you. She wanna take a picture of you with your pictures. Go ahead, stand there. She wanna go stand right here. She wanna take a picture of you with the picture of you. Yeah, look at her. She all shamed. Look at you. You're a superstar. Thank you. Hey, look at you. Yeah, that's my daughter. That's her in there. Go ahead. Love it. Yeah. Look at you, girl. Oh, that's right. You did good.
I'm working on this series of paintings and one of my pieces. And actually YouTube because I'm doing a lot of stuff and I love the pro.
Thank you.
You've seen my work before.
This him right here, the painter, the artist that did those paintings in the hallway part. His name is Willie Cordy Jr.
In the hallway, you guys, all the stuff the wall.
Oh, the painting. Oh, that is great work.
Solo.
Okay, well, I don't know when you want me to, when you want to try to start. Okay.
Virginia, okay.
Yes.
Moved down here from Virginia. Everything has to change everything.
Okay, got it. Yeah.
I actually like this because a lot of people are taking pictures.
Because you a model, girl. You did that. You did that. This is the photographer. Yes, this is the photographer who did the photos, Anthony Millian of Sadé. Awesome. Everybody was trying to get a picture of her with it, so she's like a little model today. Yeah.
I think it's called a Cyanotype or Cyanotype.
You say cyanotype is the method that y'all use for processing it?
Yeah, that's why I said blue.
Nice. Okay, thank you. Look, you got you another modeling gig. I guess you and your mom. Yeah, that's nice. So yeah, if you were listening to him, the photographer, he said the word cyanotype, where they took the original photo and then they did this printing process that, makes blueprints. And so this just kind of explains how they do it. I think they just sandwich it between some glass and, UV light or natural sunlight to turn the picture blue or cayenne. If you've heard that color in printing processes or when you get ink and stuff like that, So yeah, they had to use the cyanotype effect. But then the theme was, for Black History Month, using, children around the age, in the era of Emmett Till, and, how that was a horrific event that sparked the civil rights movement. So definitely, you either heard about it. If not, please educate yourself about that. But, yeah, over the summer, around Juneteenth, we went to the Civil Rights Museum. And, of course, we saw, a picture of Emmett Till in there because that's a significant event. But, yeah, I'm going to show some footage of when we went there and, get back to what we doing. And yeah, I wore my fro for Juneteenth weekend when we went to the Civil Rights Museum. It was cute, Then had my bell-bottom jeans, but I think I got them from Fashion Nova, and the top I had a while back. But yeah, I might have to recreate that look. But y'all know I'm short. Them pants is folded around the shoes. But yeah, that's what I wore. So we are going to the National Center for Civil and Human Rights Museum. So this is the Civil Rights Museum. It's a beautiful fountain. What? I'm sorry. Wait. He just looks so uncomfortable. He's wearing all those negras. Okay. Talking about say he look uncomfortable around. I can't. He sure does though. You ain't lying. His back to everything. Like don't touch me, don't nothing. Then Martin Luther King look like he looking like this one. No, that ain't what he thinking about.
This is a tearjerker.
The revolution is here. The revolution is here, people. I said it once, I'll say it twice.
Good evening. Dr. Martin Luther King, apostle of nonviolence in the civil rights movement, has been shot to death in Memphis, Tennessee.
I have some very sad news for all of you.
Dr. King was standing on the top of the second floor of the hotel tonight when, according to a companion, a shot was fired from across the street.
Martin Luther King was shot and was killed tonight.
My friend's words, the bullet exploded in his face. Today's edition of All Points Bulletin for a well-dressed young white man seen running to the scene. Officers also reported a chase and fired on a radio-equipped car containing two white men.
After some time.
Now you touch what I never touched before, seen what I never seen before. Woke up and seen the sun sky high, circulate like a Sunday paper. Papers caught long time. The cheap flicks, good pics pay hard. What's the hard terms?
That is South Africa. Very good, sweetie. Right, she kindergarten. She just started really reading and all that, and she's reading pretty good. Well, she's about to be first grade. She just finished kindergarten. Thank you. Right. I'm proud of it. Right.
She'll like watch movies and then when the work comes up, she'll pause it and then write it down.
There's a million boys and girls who are young, gifted, and black. That's a fact. Oh, yes, it
Was that the TV we had in the olden days?
Right, when I said that they didn't have color TV, it was black and white. That's right.
So that's what you were talking about.
That's what I was talking about. That's right. And they also were segregated, where they had stuff that had white people only could go to, and then the colored people or black people had separate areas until they changed but it was the Jim Crow laws that did that. Yeah, when they were trying to change segregation, then they had to escort a little black girl to school so she can go to school with all the other people without being hurt. Because back then, they didn't really want that. Yeah, the little girl name was Ruby Bridges. You see on this picture right here? Right here behind you. Right here behind you. That's the little girl name. Her name was... Yep, her name was Ruby Bridges. Yep, and she was 6 years old, like you.
Yeah, that's right. I am 6 years old too.
That's right.
Soon I'm about to become 7.
Right. So ironically, you know, the Emmett Till picture is next to the Ruby Bridges picture, but they took place around the same time. You know, in 55 is when it happened with Emmett Till, which sparked the civil rights movement. And then 1960 is when, you know, 5 years later is when they started trying to desegregate. And ironically, her birthday September 8th. My daughter's is September 7th. That's funny. But anyways, that ain't been that long ago, because Ruby Bridges is still around. She's an activist and all of that, y'all. So people be trying to act like, oh, that was just so long ago. Get over it. Like, no, that ain't been that long ago. This was in the 60s, and that woman is just 68. That's not that old, y'all. So let's not act like, you know, all the racism and all that stuff just so far back, because it's not. But yeah, so, you know, she even did a book and all of that. So that is the Ruby Bridges. And these are some cute pictures. But if you look at the clothes, you know, yeah, my daughter is the one that styled her for this shoot, the Emmett Till shoot. And it, you know, around that time frame, that's what the little girls wore. And so, yeah, she picked out that outfit. So, yep, that concludes the Civil Rights Museum and segues into the photo shoot that she did for this shoot. All right, Sadé is gonna be a model today. About to be an old school Emmett Till inspired shoot for little Miss Model Sadé at the Art Institute photo area. So yeah, y'all see how smiley she is. You know, I'm the same way. But so she really tapped into her model mode, the seriousness of, you know, embodying the energy of the whole thing with Emmett Till and how he was just afraid, you know, looking like she running and hiding from somebody trying to get her. And this is so good. I'm so proud of her. And then my oldest daughter, you know, that's going to Art Institute for Fashion Design. She's the one that did the styling, so she did good. It's giving Emmett Till / Ruby Bridges. So it does embody the era as far as the styling of the look. And then the photographer, Anthony, did a great job, especially as a photography student, you know, photographing the images. And then, you know, they applied the cyanotype effect, which I do think it does give that whole ghost of Emmett Till, you know, the kind of haunting image effect. I think it does add a nice touch to it. And then those are the finished images that he chose. So good. You did the serious face. We was trying. You pulled it off. You pulled it off. It looks great. So now, you tell me what you remember about Emmett Till.
One of the things I remember about Emmett Till is that someone beat her up.
Somebody beat him up? Yeah. Why did he get beat up? You remember?
A lady lied on him, and then suddenly they beat him up.
Yeah. Hey y'all out there. It's Sadé. Yes, I let the fro out today, y'all. Black History Month. Pretty serious, intense topic. That is you. You did awesome. Proud of you. Everybody talking about this frost. Should let it out more often. I hadn't let it out since the summertime. Went to the Civil Rights Museum, which I will show y'all the footage of that too, since it is Black History Month, perfect time to show that, especially with this subject. But yeah. That's my baby and me got a little motley gig. Oh, that's right. So good. So good. I think this is the artwork that he was talking about he did. Yeah, that guy that was talking to me with the blue mask on. He is the painter. And so he wanted to use me and Sadé as models for something. So that's what I meant by saying me and her got a gig. But he is actually a painter and he's a teacher there as well. And he does excellent work. So the images that you'll see, the paintings on the wall, those are from that guy that had the mask on that was talking to me. Yeah, that's him right there. He did awesome though. I love his work. Oh, yeah. Come on, boy. Yeah, his work is good. Huh? Oh, sure. Come on, Sadé. Sadé. I think the food is over here, right? Oh, I'm sorry. I think the food. Well, this is the little sweets or whatever. This is the food she wanted something to eat. Is this the food they have? Okay, go ahead, baby. Get you one. Got a culinary department. Oh, they got banana pudding over there. I know that's right.
That's one with the fairies. I paint all women, all cultural backgrounds and nationalities. I always show the beauty of women.
Okay. Well, I'll definitely tell you so you have my information. Huh?
You paint me too?
Yeah, I mean, that'll be fine. I'm an artist too, but I haven't painted nothing in years.
Why?
I do photography. I bought me an easel because I didn't even have an easel in years. The last painting I did was 2013. Yeah, at the time, the last painting that I had done was this one. And if you look at the date on the pic where I was sketching it, it says 2013. So, yeah, that was the last time at the time that I had painted. And so, if you can tell, I was painting on a table, though. It wasn't on an easel. And even then, it was a while before that. Probably like about 10 years before that. Because when I was going to Jackson State, that's when I was really introduced to painting. Because when I was younger, I used to draw more. It was more pencil, color pencil, and a smaller scale. But I used to just, draw more like middle school, high school age. Your little favorite musicians out of the Word Up posters, Right On posters, that type of stuff. And for a little Black history, I did not know that Right On had a Black female editor-in-chief back then in the 70s, and the youngest one, 21 years old. I ain't know that, y'all. So that's pretty big. And then another fact that I didn't know that Right On, and Word Up were the same, or a branch of the same. I didn't know. I thought they were competitors. And she rebought it in 2018. So it came full circle and relaunching it digitally. So yeah, add that to your Black History facts. So yes, my aesthetic, I guess as they call it, in the 90s, I definitely had a lot of my favorite artists all over my wall with a bunch of the
It
posters.
was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine. Salt and Pepper and Heavy D up in the limousine. Hanging pictures on my wall. Every
Exactly. That was me. And let's not forget the other magazines like 17, Black Hair Magazine, and the style, you know, with the baggy clothes, kind of street but sweet, think of 𝐂𝐿, TLC, all that. That definitely influenced my style. Yeah, that's my junior high picture. But yeah, you see the shirt. And I would have the music. You know, everybody had the little wood alarm clock. Who remembers the East Bay book? I had those Nike Cortezes. I had the blue Kango. I thought I was doing it. I thought I was doing it. And I definitely stocked up on music from Columbia House. If y'all remember where you could get like the CDs and the cassettes for like 1 cent. And of course, recording your music off the radio with the cassette player. And then, of course, it transitioned to CDs. I always loved music. So I definitely started with a cassette Walkman and then transitioned into the CD one. Of course, before, you know, the iPods and stuff came, but that was the beginnings. So yeah, it wasn't all that Instagram, all that social media, but I would be in my own world in my room with my music, my glow-in-the-dark stars on the ceiling, and all my posters on my wall, and I would be doing art, you know, drawing. I even used to carve stuff on soap and put nail polish on it to color it and make mixed CDs. Well, no, I made mixed cassettes at first, you know, whether it's recording stuff or chopping it up, and then tapes, and then eventually burning CDs. But I got really good, you know, with my drawing. Like I said, it was smaller scale, pencil or color pencil. And so yeah, and I would draw, you know, posters on my wall or just some of my favorite pics from magazines. And so on this art show that I won, the posters that I drew was Mary J. Blige. She had on that red hat. It wasn't this exact picture, but it was something like it because, you know, the page boy hats were in. Brandy, you know, putting her face on her hand. It wasn't this exact picture, but something similar. And then a picture, now that's the exact picture of me as a kid. And so I actually won Best in the Overall Show. And that was cool. Then came college age, where, you know, for assignments and stuff, we started painting. And so you see the color pencil painting, and, you know, when I was living with my grandma, and then you see the difference when I started painting. And, you know, that's my child's father, you know, rest in peace. And that's a portrait I did of my father, rest in peace. And I actually came to see him the summer of '99 when I graduated high school. That's the picture. And, but yeah, I just really went hard with painting portraits instead of just drawing. If you notice, a lot of the dates is 2003, which is another 10 years before, you know, 2013. But even then, I still started expanding, doing different stuff because I really was getting more into makeup. I always was doing makeup, but I got more into it, you know, even doing it professionally before starting my business, starting a portfolio. I was even playing with photography. It was more creative though, film. Because ironically, I got accepted to Art Institute years ago and in some other colleges, but my mom wanted me to be local. And Jackson State is more of a business school. They're not really focused on art. So the art department was in the Mass Comm building, and digital, you know, stuff started really going digital more like early 2000s. And I started in '99. So it was still heavily film. And it was more just like catching, if the gas prices is high, then catch a gas pump. It wasn't like an actual photography department. So yeah, but I did pretty good though. And I did at least get to experience using the darkroom. And I know for Photoshop users, you see the dodge and burn tool, but you actually literally dodge and burn. That's a term in the darkroom when you're processing real film.
Have you ever wondered where the dodge and burn icons in Photoshop came from? If you started out in digital photography, then the answer may come as a surprise. The dodge and burn technique originated in film photography as part of the darkroom printing process. An enlarger will project the film image onto photosensitive paper for your predetermined exposure time. A shorter duration will result in a lighter image, while a longer duration will result in a darker image. In comes dodge and burn tools. Using dodge tools, we can block light from part of the image to make that area lighter. Using burn tools, or even your own hands, we can add light to parts of the image by blocking light from the rest of the image. Additionally, lowering the tools closer to the paper will result in a sharper edge of the tool, while raising it will feather out the edge of the tool.
So yeah, them little red rooms, that's a real thing. And it's becoming a lost art. But it's cool though, because it's basically just dealing with light sensitive paper. And even when you hear about, a picture being overexposed or underexposed, you may have seen the tool, but it's actually dealing with how long you expose it to light, and you can play around with dodging and burning, in certain areas so that you can get the picture to look like you want. But now this is just actually printing on the paper. Getting into actually doing the film, processing the film before you even get to that part is a whole nother thing, because we're literally sitting in a room in the dark, the pitch dark, trying to roll the film on the spool. And it's very tedious because you cannot let the film touch, because you see how he rubbing it. If it go to crinkling, you hear crinkling sounds, it's probably bunched up and it's going to be touching and not processed right. So you got to literally take your time in the pitch dark, rolling that thing on the spool, and then put it in there and develop it. Right. That's a whole nother thing. So what I started doing is taking it to Wolf Camera or the 𝐕 and letting them do that on the film. I'm telling you, if you know, you know. So, but it was cool, you can get the negatives in the individual paper sleeves or one of the little booklet looking pages, which was cool. Now, don't get me wrong. I was actually pretty good at rolling it. I could get it done on the first try, while some people was in their closet-like room in the pitch dark, not no red light room, the pitch dark, rolling it over and over again. And I even noticed that the negatives look better when you do it yourself. The contrast was better and all that, but I don't know, it was just easier, y'all. Especially you just trying to juggle work, school. You ain't got time to be going up there to the lab to, do the negatives first before you even get to the print. So sometimes it was just easier to take it and let Wolf and the 𝐕 do it. Then you take the negatives back to school, to the lab, the darkroom, put it under the thing. You see how they turning the light on right there with the negatives? That's where you get creative doing all that dodging and burning. And so the dodge is basically like you just blocking the light. And you can use a little tool. You see, it's like the cardboard on a stick. Honestly, out today years old, just really paying attention to the tool above on Photoshop. It actually looks like that tool. That's what it is. Then, of course, the burning is just like a hole where you over processing it, or exposing instead of underexposing. And you can use your hands, and that's why it makes sense that the burn tool look like somebody's hand in the shape of a O. Yeah, a mess. And then, of course, you turn it off, and then you go put it in the solution, so you can start developing it and seeing it after you did all that playing with the light. And then you take it out of there and you stop it from processing in the solution. And then you take it over there and fix it. And then you take it and you rinse it. And then that's when you get into seeing where you see all the stuff hanging up. When you see the pictures in the darkroom on TV just hanging up to dry off. And then that just gives an example of different times for exposing. So you get creative with that too. Yeah, developing your own film is an art form, which is starting to be a lost art. But yeah, this was a project, an assignment that I had to do for class. And so I did with my baby Sanaa when she was younger. Yeah, and so just using natural lighting. I put the black Chanel throw in her car seat, a gooseneck desk lamp for the lighting. And so, yeah, that was so cool. She was about 9 months old. And then the other ones was just some natural lighting, and she was just sitting on the bed playing. But I love this. This was so cute. And then this maybe was 2001 or 2002. But I was working at the prescriptives makeup counter with this girl. And you know how girl talk and stuff like that. She was a little more risque than me. But she knew I was into photography. And so she wanted me to take some pictures of her. And the guy, I think his name was 𝐕𝐵𝐵, because he had took some pictures of me and my baby. He also took my graduation pictures from college, after this. But he had a studio, and he let me use his studio, and he let me use his digital camera. I was so nervous before this shoot, but because just, using digital and then doing it was really cool though. It actually turned out good. I hadn't seen this in years. I totally forgot about this, but this is actually really cool. I had this in my old portfolio. And it was a game changer because even though I was nervous, I actually felt better because this is the first time where you could see the images right there on the screen instead of just hoping and praying they turn out right when you develop them. That you had the lighting right, that you had the settings right. So that was my first experience with that, and it just definitely changed the game. And so this is my invitation for my senior show that I had in 2003 at 7 Cafe. And so that was really cool. Had live jazz music playing, and that's an original pastel drawing that's on there. And actually, I found the magazine that I got the picture from because, like I said, I used to like to draw from magazines all the time. And so I took the picture of Adriana Lima. You probably recognize her from like Victoria's Secret and all that kind of stuff. And I mean, like, yeah, duh, she's gorgeous. But I, as an artist, for one, I almost didn't even recognize her. Just the expressions was different. The artistic lighting and the contrast, the colors. I really wanted to try my hand at that. And so I used, I cropped in really close on her face. And I was just playing with it being off-centered like that. I used Rembrandt pastels on this suede like board. And the colors were just so saturated and rich. It was just really pretty. And so, yeah, I used that on my invitation. And then I graduated in 2004. And so 2005, that was my portfolio I put together because I really was just trying to get out of Mississippi. And then I actually did this portfolio. You see the dates. It was August 15th. Katrina hit the 29th. I literally had went because I just felt intuitively that I needed to just, I even took time off basically to go job hunting in Georgia. And I went and I got back that Sunday and Katrina hit that Monday, literally. So I just took that job and I'm like, I'm getting the hell out of here. That's how that happened. And speaking of Katrina, a couple years later in 2007, I was invited to come back to Jackson State and do an art exhibit called Other Heroes. Most people did illustrations, but I wanted to use my body painting skills and photography skills and turn it into a flesh and blood Katrina heroine. And so this was really cool. And again, it's getting further away from just straight up painting. However, it still was creative and a nice break from just creating just because you're getting paid for it. It's just something you're just creatively pushing yourself and doing it just because, you know what I mean? Just to express yourself. So that was really nice to do. And it was even promoted in the newspaper. And you can see, my name kind of sprinkled in there where they were talking about my piece. And also it was in a book, and the book was being sold where the proceeds were going to help some of the Katrina victims. And so, yeah, I was walking around taking pictures at the event and still on mama duty because Sanaa was running around there. Somebody else that was taking pictures had her in their flicker talking about she chilling at the event. Miss. That's my baby. So you're starting to see how, you know, that 2003 to 2013, how a whole, you know, years gap. Because, you know, I'm doing a combination of the stuff. You know, I'm doing the digital photography. I'm doing it for events, models, entertainers. This was for a featured article and magazine cover. And then also, this is just an individual shoot, but I enjoyed pushing myself creatively to recreate this powerful Malcolm X picture, which is a classic, especially, you know, for Black History Month and Juneteenth. And then also, these are some beautiful pictures where, you know, I combine doing photography and the makeup as well. This is the combination again, makeup and photos. So, yep, I was slanging the makeup, slanging the photos, be tagged, and designed the posters for that. And then still multitasking with publications, doing photography and graphic design for Grip when I was in Georgia. That's about 2007. And then when I went to Wisconsin, I was doing, this was the biggest type of publication thing because I was handling the whole direction, the cover design, the photography, even ad designs. It was really too much, but I made it work and I made it look really good, and it was major for the city. So that's like some event photography for the magazine release party, you know, did the flyers, did all that, but just some of the publication. Yeah, I was really doing it up when I was designing the pages, but it looked really good. And then, of course, just some regular corporate design and photography as well, not just entertainment and models and stuff. Yeah, my intro background video was so long I've had to chop it up into parts. So if you want to check out part 2 to see a lot of my corporate business identity, you know, all that type of work. And then part 3 is focused more on the beauty industry. And I haven't gotten around to doing part 4 yet. That would be focused more on the entertainment portion. But definitely you can click the links if you just want to see more of my work. So yeah, especially having my own business, doing freelance work and all of that with the photography, the makeup and the graphics, focusing on stuff like monthly goals and, you know, raising my daughter and all that kind of stuff. And so you can see how it took a hold between 2003 to 2013 to even do this portrait. And like I said, it was on a table. By the end, I ain't got no easel. You know, I'm starting over trying to get paint and stuff. It was just some cheap little stuff from Walmart that I had. This was like at a Chamber of Commerce event when I was in Mississippi. But if you look, it was that little $1 Roni acrylic paint set. You can get that from Walmart if you're starting out and you just need something real cheap. And I had one of those tabletop easels / storage thing, you know. It's not like what I'm accustomed to, but, you know, you can make it work. And I still got it, you know. It's looking like this, you know. You just open it up. Mine doesn't have the little easel part on the end, but you can definitely store some stuff in there, and it's real compact. I got some pastels up in there. But, yeah, you know. So the link for that, if you want to just see the video, you know, that shows a lot of my fine art background work, that's in the part 1. So you can click that so that you can see that video. And then just going back to the early 2000s, you know, when I was in college, and that was my art room that I had, that green painting and stuff. It was like going into a whole nother world. I really miss that. So I really don't have the luxury for that now, though. You know what I mean? I'm confined to a little corner that I'm, you know, getting set up. But just going back to how my original setup was in my first studio apartment, before I even got the second one with the art room, I had this easel that I had forever. It was this style of easel with the little tripod back on there. And so, shoot, that little tabletop one was like $29.99. So, you know, if you got that, you might as well spend 10 more and get something like that if you do something a little bigger. And I had this little wooden side accent table from Walmart, unfinished wood. And now it's so expensive. You know, that was like years ago, over 20 years ago. Ain't nobody spending that for that. I wouldn't recommend. So I would get one of those little single folding TV tray tables. And depending on what color you have your easel, you know, they have the natural color or the walnut color. So you got options, and it's a whole lot cheaper. You see, it's more like $10, $11 versus $60-something. And I even got me one. I got the walnut one. So if you're working with a limited space, this is convenient because you can just pull it out, set it up, put it back up. But you can use it with your palette and the paints that you're using at the time. And I also used to use the little black folding stool with the little cushion on there. You can get it for almost $30 at Walmart, or you can get it for about $15 on Amazon. So I got you hooked up, and I still got mine. It does make your booty hurt sitting on it for a while, but you know, it's convenient, especially if you're on limited space and you just pop it out. Now I have been using mine for photography clients. You know, I hadn't been sitting on it and it's looking even crooked now at an angle, but yeah, I've had them for years. I got a few of them. But since we celebrating Black History Month and our freedom, you know, with Juneteenth, and, you know, speaking of freedom, you know, Harriet Tubman played a huge part in that. And, you know, the spirit of Harriet on that boat just comes shining through with the infamous white chip. I couldn't help myself, y'all. Yes, that brawl is one for the books.
He needs some milk.
Hey, if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. So if you don't want to do the round folding chair, then go ahead and get you the steel folding chair. It's going to help you with protection. It's multi-purpose, you know what I'm saying? Help you with creativity. See, it's inspiring earrings and paintings and even fashion. So, just like we always need to remember 9/11, never forget, then we as Black people should never forget August 5th of 2023, the Great Montgomery Riverboat Brawl. And so, don't start nothing, won't be nothing. And I just couldn't help myself just to add that in there, you know, since we're talking about Black history and Juneteenth. Now, back to the Easel Talk. And this, like I say, the old style that I had with the tripod style, yes, it is cheaper. But I do remember the reason why it didn't really last a long time is because of that part right there where it connects to the back of it. Eventually that broke off, and then I was propping it up on stuff and it kept sliding. And so, yeah, that ended up being the problem with that. So now for my new painting area setup, I decided to get the H-frame easel. And this time, instead of the natural color, I got the walnut color to kind of match my living room since I got it in there. And I like that it tilts and all of that. You know, I didn't have all that before, and it has the storage. Now, there are different vendors on Amazon. The one I got was just saying walnut and natural. But I also saw another vendor that has 2 variations of walnut. And so, yeah, mine just said walnut. But theirs, where it has the 2 options, the walnut actually looks like the one that I would have preferred, because mine looks more like the deep walnut that's more of that reddish brown. And I would have preferred just that one that's not as red for the living room. Yeah, and they have stools too that match it. I don't have that. I would like to get that eventually. It's adjustable, but just showing you that they have it, and they have it in the 3 different colors, and theirs even just have something different with what they call the deep walnut and walnut. So just pay attention to the colors. But the links are in the description box. But yeah, this is what my new easel style is looking like with the art storage. So yeah, like I was saying to him, it had been years, over 10, almost 20 years since I had an actual easel. And so this is exciting to just try to get me, you know, my painting area set up. So check that out, as well as some pointers about supplies and stuff. I have not had an artist easel in many years, so I ordered myself one so I can start back painting and stuff, y'all. So yep, I'm excited. So I have to open it up. They got us with some Disney tunes on her tablet she got for her birthday going. Tilting thing at the top. And cool part is they actually have a Phillips head screwdriver in there. I got mine over there, but that's nice they included it though, just in case you didn't have one.
I was the third brother of 5, doing whatever I had to do to survive. I'm not saying what I did was alright. Trying to break out of the ghetto was a day-to-day fight.
Like a little chill.
Being down so long, getting up didn't cross my mind. But I knew there was a better way of life, and I was just trying to find. You don't know what you do till you put under pressure. Across 110th Street is a hell of a tester. Across 110th Street, trying to catch a woman that's weak. Across 110th Street, pushers won't let the junkie go free. Across
Let me stand it up. So this is the drawer for supplies, which is cool. Alright, y'all, that's the easel.
I got one more thing I'd like to talk to y'all about right now. Hey, brother, there's a better way out. Snorting that coke, shooting that dope, man, you're copping out.
I'm looking forward to producing some cool paintings, so stay tuned, y'all. Alright, so now I'm about to try to see if I can fit some of my paint stuff in this drawer. So I'm gonna sit here and try to organize that a little bit. Okay. Got my brush tank for when I'm painting. I got a bunch of brushes, stuff to dry with. I got brush cleaner, I'm gonna need that. I got this from HarRIOTt. It's acrylics, it's not oils, but...
Is that a lot of paint?
Mm-hmm.
Smiling through the trouble we face, trying to manage my way without pumping my brakes and staying stagnant. Cause I can sit on my ass or just imagine the madness and get on my path and paint the canvas.
Colors. Plenty of colors. I'm probably gonna need you something to put this stuff in. So I'm gonna put it in here for now.
I bet someday it's gonna be fun getting back to painting.
If I should just sit this up here.
Skin getting clearer and it feel like I lost weight. Stop and say a prayer for the times I lost faith. Troubles of the world had me in a crossface. Chicken wings, sickening, living so off base. But now it's like I'm in the last lap of the car chase. And I finally understand my right to choose. My preacher man told me it could always be worse. Even a three-legged dog still got 3 good legs to lose. So you can stop and refresh the rules. Breathe in, breathe out, let it heal all your exit wounds. Something inside said that's the move. And maybe today I'll restart fresh and new.
I got like a color mixing recipe book for portraits and one for oil and acrylics. So they look like this. And of course I couldn't fit all that stuff in that drawer, but get you some little plastic drawers. I think I got this from Walmart. Some storage. Because you can invest in the products and not have anywhere to put it. It's sitting in bags everywhere, corners, and carrying on. So I like these clear bins. Plus, you can actually see through them to see what you have. And you can get the 3-drawer one or the ones that have the 2 drawers at the top that's small. I actually got the white one, and I got the separate 3-drawer one that I just set on top of it. And I took the detachable wheels off since I have carpet. And even these are cute little stackable ones from the Dollar Tree. It doesn't have to be expensive. I even used it in my bathroom. So I just was on this thing of getting organized. But that costs too. You know, that's something that you probably don't think about. But there's an affordable way to do that too. And everybody is on different levels of what they can do or willing to do. Because you can have it and may not want to do all that. But... and it's cute. If you can get your space laid out, that is wonderful. And I used to have a room dedicated to art, and I miss it. And what you may think is nothing could be something to somebody. It's levels, but you know, don't ever, whatever end you're on, don't ever be envious or feeling like I can't, you know, because you'll feel like that even with a little bit or a lot. So you got to change your mindset. And it's my prayer that everyone has, you know, a beautiful space and have all the things that we need and want, and, you know, that money is flowing. You know, that's my prayer for everybody. But just because you don't see a person just whining about stuff or, you know what I mean? They still smiling and they just, you think they ain't got a care in the world and being envious. If you want to be blessed, don't be like that, because you don't know, that person could be going through some stuff. And it's affordable ways to do things, y'all. Just because you don't have it like that don't mean you got to act like that or look like that. You just figure out workarounds, even if you got to do it a little at a time. But just make sure you prioritize. Be thankful that you can maintain your necessities. And then when you're trying to just free up money for little stuff, that's what I mean by not having it like that. You know, you just got to free it up a little at a time. You can't just splurge all at once, you know, and that's okay. You know what? I'm confined to this one little area. You know how you got priorities and things, and you have to just do what you can. I'm talking to those people. There is a way, you know, like I say, it's cute if you can do all that, but it is something that you have to do. You do have to have storage for your stuff. And so either do it a little at a time or not, but that's just something, you know, to forget about. Because honestly, I was getting this stuff and then I was like, crap, I don't have nowhere to put it. So I had to, you know, quickly figure out some type of storage solution. And so I'm just sharing it with you, you know, that you can do. And it's affordable and you can access it. You don't have to build nothing. You don't have to be, you know, all that kind of stuff. Yes, you know, stuff can be nicer than that, but this is where I'm at. And I have gotten more paint since that Master's Touch stuff, because I caught a sale at 𝐷𝐈𝐿𝐍𝐆 to get like some thick body acrylic paints. You see, I stocked up on that. And they were like 40% off. So I definitely didn't pay this much for it. So I got a drawer with acrylics mixed with some of those cheap ones from Walmart. So with like $1 or, you know, stuff like that. See, literally. Or less than $1. It depends on if you want to get the matte finish, that's 58 cents, satin finish $1.07, gloss finish $1.17, and also depends on the size. If you get in the 2-ounce or the bigger ones, you can get the sets. You see how that one's got, what is it, 6 of them or 8 of them for $6.12, or a combination. And I've had some old ones too that I had to just sit and go through and throw away. Some couldn't even open and dried up. So that's a cheaper way to get some paints, especially if you want to just kind of pick out the ones you want individually or a combination of the two, is my point. Where there's a will, there's a way, like I say. Now, just a tip, you know, on this purchase history, that same turquoise paint for 58 cents, when I clicked it and tried to look at it online, if you wanted to buy it, it's $13. I mean, you know, $12 and something, but no, man, we're not doing it. All of them are higher. So I would suggest you just go in the store to be on the safe side, because I don't know if it's that they out or that's just weird. Just you see how much it costs go in the store. And don't get me wrong, I love some online shopping where it's convenient. You ain't got to hunt it down. You just get it and you're done with it. But sometimes that works against us. So what I noticed, I'm just pointing out to help y'all out, especially if you are on a budget and you're trying to get that cheaper paint. It's better to go in the store, because for some reason, and I just showed it to you, it is higher online. And I even had that issue with HarRIOTt, because even though you can have sales online, it's just I was in one location at a store and they didn't have certain colors, and I tried to go to another location and the prices was different, and then I tried to look online and the prices were different, and they were just telling me, oh, that's not the right price, when I know I was at another location and that's what was going on. So that's the benefit of going to the store, because sometimes, especially when I'm talking about those 30-40% off sales, it may not be online, it may be different than in the store. So just sometimes you might need to do that. So just want to let you know. So just get you options, you know what I mean? And then I got oils too, because I know how to paint in oil paint. I think it was maybe like $2.50 per tube. And it's normally $4.99. So yeah. And of course with oil paints, you need, liquid will help it dry faster. See, speeds drying time, because it definitely dries slow. I got some pink soap cleaner, as well as this brush cleaner and restorer that you saw. And the coil for the brushes. So I got 2 separate drawers. I got my acrylics in that one, this in that one. And eventually I couldn't even put it in, how I have the paint sitting on that easel. Yeah, when I first was putting the easel together and I was putting those paints on there, and it just was falling and knocking over. It was just frustrating. So that couldn't be a permanent solution for that stuff to sit up there. I had to figure out something else where to put it. I got these. You know how those little organizers when you're trying to organize the refrigerator or just, drawers? Yeah, because like I said, I was trying to get the house organized in general. So, I had got some of those refrigerator organizers. You can get those for the drawers as well. And so the 2 in particular, I think that I used in that little cubby area are these 2. It was like a 2-pack. And so you can use those, or you can put them in those drawers too. I just got those because this is like a little odd looking small cupboard, and they just so happen to fit to slide in there. But you can also put those in there too if you don't want to just roll it around all loose in there. Because if you get like the bigger, wider ones, that's probably what's going to happen if you don't put some in there. It's the one that's on the left. And I've had those, those wider ones that I've had to repurpose and use for various reasons, clothes, storage, whatever. So depending on what you need it for, if you got to use that, that's fine. But you're going to have the organizers, especially if you're using it for supplies, especially the smaller ones mixed with bigger stuff. Because if not, as soon as you pull that drawer, it's going to be rolling around. It'll just be everywhere. So you'll definitely need that if you're going to get those wider storages. Just a combination of stuff. Even those little cheap dollar shoe boxes from the Dollar Tree. Yeah, I had to mix it up. So on that far left, that's them little $1.25 storage boxes. And, because I even got stuff for Sadé, so I had to divide the stuff up. So I used that, but I also got the shoe boxes from Walmart. You got your regular size and then you got the tall ones. And like I said, I was getting organized in the house anyway. So I have some in the closet, but also you can use that for some supplies too. And since they have lids on them, it makes them stackable. But if you need a more portable solution, or you don't have a lot of materials, you just, or smaller stuff, then get you something like this. You get what you pay for now, So if you need something a little better quality, but you can get you something like this, or those clear PVC bags, makeup bags, whatever. Because if you peeped in the corner, especially that one that's in the top left corner, I had something like that I've used for makeup before, and I had some paints in there for Sadé. But, you know, depending on what you want, you can get those, and it's portable too, and you can see through it. You gotta have the stuff in the summer, and you don't have to spend the most to do it. Some fixative if I do like pastel stuff, and I actually got a projector for the first time. I will put the link. I got it from Amazon. I have never really used a projector, and they can be pricey, but this is the one that I got. I like it. It's small. It comes with a carrying bag, and you can hook it to your phone. So you can either project images or onto the canvas, or you can actually watch movies on it from your phone. But make sure you get the adapter though, because I didn't think about that, and so I got that afterwards. And so yeah, I got the links in the description box. So. Because I usually just graph off the thing, but the projector thing should be kind of cool to play around with too. And yeah, I got some basic paper towels for the house, but I just want to put you up on the paper towels right here. I'm using our 𝐕𝐵 paper towels. It's professional grade and it's cloth. It say you can rinse and reuse. I ain't never just really used it like a towel, but it's definitely a good quality. And the way I got up on that is through doing airbrush makeup, and I was assisting Tony AC. That's how I even heard of them, because with airbrush, you use a lot of water, and when you're changing colors or rinsing it out, you have to use the water and backwash it, and you have to pour it out. And you can do that a lot of times, you know, especially if you're using a bunch of different colors during a makeup session. And so it's important to have a good quality paper towel, you know, so it ain't just breaking up with all that water. And just like how when we're painting, you know, you gotta use water, especially if you're doing watercolor, but just anyway where you're washing your brushes in between and stuff like that. It's just good to have a good quality paper towel. Yeah, so the absorbency and the durability is definitely better than the average paper towel. You're not going to have paint just leaking through everywhere, tearing up all raggedy. So just wanted to put you up on that so that you at least can have a better quality of paper towel for your art area. And I got this. You can use that for paints around there and brush water to clean in it too, depending. And I got multiple stuff because, you know, my daughters be, you know, so we can do art together as well. But I got a bunch of brushes. Yeah, invest into some brushes. What you saw was this. I tried to look on the website and I don't see it, but you'll probably have to go to the store. I would suggest catch a sale or something, and then just kind of stock up, you know, 30-40% off type of deal, because that's what I did. So I was showing this multi-purpose and, well, all-purpose brushes, you know, because you don't, and depending on what medium you're going to use, and this is camel, round 1-3, and flat 4-8. So if you got to find some alternatives, then do that. But just get you plenty, you know, whether it's flat, angled. And yeah, I didn't have this information before. I'm more raw talent, but just screenshot this to educate yourself about the brushes and the sizes and what they can do. Because depending on what type of stuff that you're painting and what type of medium you're using, whether it's acrylic, oils, watercolor, stuff like that. Learn about the type of hairs, whether it's natural or synthetic, and just to properly care for your brushes so they can last long. Because, I didn't honestly think about that. These are my old brushes. And, I still created great works with them. But at least try to make sure that you can take care of them for longevity. And I never really thought about the shapes. I just got them and intuitively used them without just consciously saying, hey, I'm going to use this brush because it does this. You know, I didn't really think about that at the time, which I did great with. But of course, you can take it up a notch if you actually understand your tools and how to use them. And you can more strategically buy your brushes. And you can buy them individually or in a set using this information just to give yourself variations. You know, whether you're a beginner or just, you know, starting over again, getting it if you haven't done it in a while, or just adding to it, you know. So it's your choice on whatever budget you have. You can go in the store, you can get them online in a set, but just hopefully this can kind of help you target, you know, how you want to buy your brushes to build your kit back up or continue building it. So hopefully this information helps. Because in the past, I used to use stuff and make it work. Which I did, because the ones on the right, you know, those were my brushes when I really was getting into painting in college. And those were like some cheap ones on the right that I got, like maybe 10 years after. It wasn't those other brushes, but you could create good works without expensive brushes, but at least take care of them, because look how raggedy they look, y'all. Just at least do that. But you can create with whatever you got. But I'm really trying to just up my game and just have things to try different things. But yeah, there's a brown nylon, and those are the type. So if you can't find these exact ones, just showing. And this is just like some generic ones, especially if Sadé wants to paint with me, or you can do them on your own. These I got off Amazon. I've never used these, but especially if I do something big or like landscape, sky, stuff like that. I watched some videos and saw something like that. Yeah, I was laying in the bed like 1 in the morning watching some art videos and was watching this because, you know, I don't do a lot of landscapes, but I was looking at him painting the sunset and I was like, oh, I ain't never seen this brush before, you know? So, you know, I had to take to Amazon and look it up and put it in the cart. But yeah, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get one of those. I'm gonna see what that's about, see what it can do. So I got that. This is Hobby Lobby. Thinking like, you know, a bigger canvas. And if I didn't pay that, I got it on sale. But of course, you know, I still invested, but it wasn't just at cost. You know how folks be pocket watching. So I don't have to explain nothing. But I'm talking about for the genuine people out there trying to get the stuff and like, oh my gosh, I can't get supplies. Like yes, you can. Just try to get the sale. Wait, you know, when you got your money. But if you do have a little money, at least try to get the most bang for your buck. Fan brushes, you know, just stuff you can do different stuff with. This, what type of brush is this? It's an oval mop brush. And y'all gonna have to, I'll be trying to make it easy on y'all and with the links and stuff, but it's only so much you can fit in the links. And plus, you just do your own homework. Plus, if you're doing some different stuff. I got me a brush set, a case. I think that was Hobby Lobby. And I got like some of these for when I really want to do like big canvases. And something, I don't know what set this was, but it had some unique shaped brushes. You know, I was thinking maybe like some grass strokes or stuff. And I'm not really like a big landscape person, but I can do it. And like how I did the galaxy stuff recently, which was cool. So I mostly do portraits, but I struggled with this. I was trying to recreate it from the book, but it did turn out good with the limited brushes that I had. So that's why I just invested in more brushes to kind of give me more options to make doing those type of things easier. So I'm just giving myself some options and, you know, a palette. But if not, use a paper plate, you know, or just some cheap little ones. So, oh, and this I thought was cool for some effects. Those little sponge brushes. So, yeah, that's the brushes I got. Yep, this is the painting that I have done so far. The only one I've done. So that was July of 2023. So definitely trying to do some more, but I at least created something. You know, life be lifing, be busy trying to maintain and provide and do what you gotta do. But I'm definitely trying to, you know, incorporate doing my art again. So it's slow but steady progress, and slow progress is better than no progress. You know, don't get frustrated with yourself. Just keep it pushing, and then you'll be there before you know it. Where there's a will, there's a way, as they say. You know, even if funds are limited, just get it a little at a time. Do what you gotta do. I did get some, is it 5K bulbs? Because it was like yellowish looking, so I wanted to have true light in here. Yeah, it's steps. So about August, I got these, and you can tell that it definitely makes the lighting look better. So I wanted to make it where you can see the true colors when painting, and just letting you know around 2,000 to 3,000, it's more of a warmer light, and then 4,000 or 5,000 up, it's more daylight to a bluish tinted light. And I don't want it to just go to blue, but I wanted it to be more of a daylight. And I do like a warm light usually in the house, but for this I got some 5K daylight light bulbs, and you can see the contrast, and it looks a lot better, especially since I'm going to be using the area to create art. And you notice the lighting more creating content, because I even do my hair videos in there. And especially if doing art, you want the color to be as true as possible. So this was really cool to just kind of take a picture side by side as I was changing the bulbs, just the difference. So yeah, I got the 5K HD light, daylight bulbs, in the frosted. So yeah, make sure your area has nice lighting. So that concludes my detour, just kind of about my art history and getting back into art and creating my art space. But I just was explaining, what I was saying to the guy about, finally getting an easel and just getting back into art after 10 years. So back to the rest of the video.
Tell you what, y'all model for me, I'll teach you some painting skills. I'll give you some techniques and stuff.
All right, yeah. Yeah, I'm humble enough to, learn some new techniques, but I hadn't heard from that man. But I got my raw talent, and I've been, thanks to YouTube University, learning a little bit of stuff from there that I'm going to try.
Now we celebrating. Now let's celebrate the culture, right? Okay? It don't matter what song is on, we just gotta do it. Can you feel it?
I don't think she knows how to do it. Like,
You can't
Let's slide now. She don't know how to do that next slide.
But you know,
Yeah, it's easy to follow.
that's right.
The left.
Come on. Right here, back it up. Hey. Dip it low. Come on to the left. Take it back, what? Hey. Dip it down to the ground. Let me see what you got now. You got it now. Come on, it's a party, it's a party, it's a party, it's a party. Hey, 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 hey. Where the party at? Where the party at? Where the party at? Where the party at? Come on, I'm looking for the party. I'm looking for the party. I'm looking for the party. I'm looking for where the party at? Where the party at? Where the party at? Where the party at? Yeah, I'm looking for the party. I'm looking for the party. All right, it's the 2 of Atlanta. Let me hear you make some noise. All my beautiful people of color, let me see you make some noise. We want to thank you so much. We're going to dance our way out of this thing. Oh, y'all, we multi-talented. We're going to use everything we can use. We're going to make it work. Come on. Hey, you can't do it. Boogie, boogie, boogie. And you can't do it. And you know it's bad. Everywhere. I'm gonna move. I'm gonna make you wanna party right. Teach you, I'll teach you the electric slide. Thank y'all so much. My name is Selena. That's Selena with a C. It's been a pleasure to serve as your lead vocalist tonight. We the party band. Once again, if you haven't followed us, please follow us. And we thank you. We hope to see you.
Happy Black History Month. I know that's right. She got her Juneteenth on. I know that's right. Yes, her jersey is dope. It's giving very much 90s aesthetic, because jerseys was in then. And it's giving very much poetic justice, especially with the ponytail with the wraparound claw. And I couldn't find her jersey online, but this one I found on Amazon. But y'all do your homework. I'm tired. I done looked up enough for this long video. They got generic shirts too. But, if a Black-owned business, if you can find one that makes a shirt, or if you watching and y'all make one for us, then we'll gladly represent. But I had got my shirt from Fashion Nova back in 2022, about a year after it became a national holiday. And this is me repping, wearing my Juneteenth shirt, afro out, fist pick and all. It was cute. And Sanaa, the baggy jeans are back in. And she was repping the colors with her eyeshadow. So pretty. So that was us out and about for the day on Juneteenth. And that has become my designated Juneteenth shirt. It's Juneteenth too. Got my Juneteenth shirt on. Lady at the elevator. Nobody say, cool shirt. Cool. And wasn't nobody else out there, but we were popping our fireworks for Juneteenth. And then we had some we were gonna pop again for Independence Day. But yeah. And then, of course, for the smaller kids, you got to give them little poppets or them sparklers to have a good time waving around. Hey. You going to say Happy Juneteenth?
Happy Juneteenth.
All right, now, let's get back to the party.
She got her Juneteenth on. I know that's right. They jamming. Thank you, baby. Banana pudding. Hey, you better get it, girl. Okay, baby, well, you enjoy yourself. We finna go on to the house. I like your shirt. I like your shirt.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You are so beautiful. Do you understand what you just did today? Do you understand those pictures?
About Emmett
You
Till?
did something so great today. You don't understand it right now, but when you get a little bit older...
Tell her what you remember about Emmett Till. I tried to tell her. What you remember about Emmett Till?
They did, which was not nice at all, right?
That's right.
And for you to be how old? You're 7. I'm 32. That happened before I was born. It happened before you were born, and they're still sharing his story. And because we remember him, and we share that history, and understand that we have so much more history. We are wonderful people.
Yeah.
We are creative people. Yeah. You want one? Okay. And I want you to remember that, okay? You are special and beautiful.
That's beautiful, but it's definitely giving.
You is smart, you is kind, you is important.
It's cute though. Gotta love the affirmations. We need it. We love our people.
Thank you so much.
It is so nice meeting you. And you have a great night.
You too. You too. Thank you so much for that. Oh, sweet. This your little girl? This your little girl?
No, I claimed her, but no, she was my party friend. Her mom is in there. They were also on the pictures too.
Yeah.
Her mom was one of the
Okay. Hey.
But she was a party animal. She couldn't get mine.
Because she looked like you.
She showed y'all what she finna do. She was jumping off like, yeah, I got this. She said, this is my stage.
Thank you. Thank you.
So both y'all acting models?
Well, this my daughter. I got 2 of them. They 12 years apart. My 20-year-old go here for fashion.
Yeah, I had to take a minute to brag on my baby. She's working hard, and I am proud of her. She did so good on these jackets. This one, I guess she was going to try to size this one for me. And it is cute. And she made belts to go with them too. But, yeah, so I kind of helped her set it up, for her presentation, take some pictures of it for her. But this turned out so good. It looks good without the belt and with the belt. And then she did another jacket as well. It's a denim jacket. So it has like brown and then dark blue. And she made a belt with that as well. And I love this. The fit, the way she has the solid denim. I mean, this one right here, this the one right here. This is my favorite. Now she got to kind of work, you know, on that back a little bit. But for the most part, you know, for her just starting out with jackets, this is fire, especially with the belt. That's my favorite. So, as you can tell from what I said about it. But yeah, and I did help her try to figure out how to get that emblem on there. So she was up so late because she had to turn in both of those around the same time. But she worked really hard on them, and I'm proud of her. So yeah, she is making clothes, but she also was a model a month after this show that we're looking at now. And it's based off the classic Spike Lee movie, School Daze, from the 80s. And it's a classic. You know, you got Lawrence Fishburne, Tisha Campbell in there. And I guess, you know, the little classic scene about the wannabes and the jigaboos, y'all. This stuff go way back with the colorism and the texturism and all that kind of stuff. But it definitely is a classic musical scene. And that's what the J's and the W's. So it was kind of inspired from that. But yeah, that colorism stuff still going on. It's a whole nother conversation. But yeah, that's exciting. So she did the fashion show and just showing some behind the scenes. That's the outfit that was made for her to model because she became friends with a girl named Quinn, who is actually a senior that year.
Let's go. Y'all got it right? Yep. Okay, so we took our photos and then we did the whole entire modeling thing. Modeling. Now we're about to take some more photos.
So this is what she meant by they were taking photos. And a lot of the people had dropped out. So Sanaa filled in for some other people. So this wasn't even the outfit that she originally was supposed to be modeling. But, you know, she looked good regardless. And so that's them.
Hey, Quinn.
Yeah, Quinn is the fashion designer who did the clothes that Sanaa is modeling for in this segment. And Sanaa getting a little practice model walk on. And that's her hair. Yep, that's all her hair. Look at her. Proud of getting her little model walk on. So they was practicing and here she go. Yeah, so you see how she kind of pulling at it because it's big. It wasn't made for her, but she was modeling it because, like I said, some of the people didn't show up. So yeah, that's her first time walking in a fashion show. And y'all know how behind the scenes, how stuff can go. Because she only was supposed to wear one outfit and it wasn't enough time to change out. So she couldn't even go out there in both outfits. She had to wait to the end, like you seen, to wear the original outfit that she was supposed to wear. So I'm proud of both of my daughters as models. Sadé in this Ghost of Emmett Till show and Sanaa in the School Daze fashion show. She did great. Both of them did great. And I'm also proud of Sanaa as a fashion student. She is doing well, and I really love the jackets that she made. Those are like her best ones to me so far that she's done. And she put a lot of time and a lot of detail into it, and it looks great.
The part my 20-year-old go here for fashion. I'm 42. Right. And this my 7-year-old.
Well, Mama, you look good.
Thank you.
You look good.
Thank you.
You know who you remind me of? Miss Tabitha Brown.
Oh, girl, yeah.
You remind me of Miss Tabitha. And I put it like that, so.
That's right. That's right.
It's a lady that cook on TV who your mama look like. She wear her hair just like your mama.
See, I need to let my fro out more often.
Yes, you do.
But I can see where you say that with my hair out for sure.
So beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you.
And just in case y'all don't know who she's talking about, Tabitha Brown is like chef, a vegan plant-based chef, and she has books and all of that. But looking at the pictures, y'all, I just never, because I guess I don't wear my fro out that much, but it is freaky going back looking at hindsight, putting these pictures together, just how much we do look alike. That is weird. And then I cook a little bit sometimes too. That's funny. But yeah, that's the first time I've been told that I look like her. And I guess, with the fro out, I can see it.
Did you meet Tia? This young lady, she has a magazine called Growing Vibrations, and she's always looking for models.
Really? Yeah. I didn't know that.
Tia. She ain't running her mouth to nobody. That's my brother. We all like brothers and sisters.
Okay.
Yeah, this whole crew. Yeah. Tia, I got business over here for you. The bunch ain't talking about nothing.
It's gorgeous. Right? So are you.
She's a photographer. I was just telling her about you.
Yeah. We're going to shoot it. I would have brought my card. Okay. So the lady that I've been talking to in the yellow, her name is Destiny, and she is in filmmaking. And she's introducing me to her friend Katia Bird, and she has a digital magazine called Growing Vibrations magazine, and she's back and forth between Georgia and California. So that's the web address right there. But it talks about, metaphysical stuff, law of attraction, entrepreneurship, relationships, natural hair care, all of that. So yeah, it's kind of cool, Just showing you a little preview of it. And so, yeah, this is just some of the covers, but feel free to go over there and check out her digital magazine on growingvibrationsmagazine.com. So, yeah, it was nice to meet some people and network. Sadé did great as a model for the Ghost of Emmett Till art show for Black History Month. She did excellent. I'm so proud of her. Sanaa styled her. She looked good for the era. And, of course, for the update with Emmett Till, of course, the show was justice, for Emmett Till because she was never indicted. But then 2 months later, because, the show was February 2023, and the lady passed in April of 2023. And so, yeah, it's unfortunate that she wasn't held accountable. But at least it brings somewhat of a conclusion to that painful chapter in Black history. And another unfortunate conclusive update is that the Art Institute where the show was held and where my daughter was going to school actually closed. The 2 jackets she was working on, she had just turned that in for her finals for that quarter. That was probably like September 22nd or 21st or 22nd, and they sent an email like on the 22nd or the very last day of the quarter announcing that the school was closing. I'm talking about they had schedules for the next quarter, everything. It was a mess. So she was crying. It was a big panic, and it was only like, a week left before the school was closing when they announced it. So we had to kick into a solution, and quickly, because they were dragging their feet, and I didn't want her to sit out and lose her motivation. Retouring American Intercontinental Fashion Department for Sanaa. Her school closed her institute, so we're exploring options. So that's the first one. We're checking out right next door with me in the admissions office. So yeah, they were willing to work with us, and they loved her jacket, that she did to kind of just show her work and what she's capable of doing. And so she got in there. And so, yeah, it's just not, first choice, but you take the lemons life throw you, try to make lemonade out of it and make the best of your situation. And I'm proud of her that she is continuing on and keeping it pushing. Well, y'all, the show was great. Met some really cool people and some good opportunities. The ladies made a great experience for Sadé. They asked for her autograph. That was so cute. And just really gave a pep talk about, what she can do. Y'all know how we are, how people are, you know what I mean? Good people. I loved it. I loved it. And Sadé will never forget that experience. I don't even know if I got any footage of them like asking for her autograph and stuff, or just taking pictures of her with the picture. It was just really cool. Loved it very much. So happy Black History Month, y'all. And rest in peace to Emmett Till. Thank y'all for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Bye, y'all.